ticker? Yeah. What's the ticker? Where's it at? Yeah. What is the ticker? Where's it at? I got crypto in the bag, send the CA in the chat. Gonna ape another fat. Got a runner on the map, Solana sniping like a gat. And the SOE is moving quickly. I'm the squeezing where they at. I'm trying to bring the meme coins back. 1,000x is gonna land. I got he chilling in the back, and the gas fees are gonna slap. Where's the ticker? Where's it at?
All right, let's get this party started. Don't start again. Turn it off. Turn it off.
Yeah. What's the ticker?
Man, I think it's not gonna listen to me anymore. Stop it. Yes. Are we done? We're done. All right,
Hey,
cool,
good
cool,
morning.
cool. Good morning, Tick. How are you?
I'm doing well. I was still grabbing my coffee, but that's okay. I got
All right,
I
grab your
got work
coffee.
next to me. But
Your
yes,
coffee.
excited, very excited to see the market where it's
Yes.
at today.
Yes. I just looked up this guy Gordon. You must have known him. He's okay. Well, he just called a token sitting at 60 mil. I mean, can you spell exit liquidity? It's called sheep with hat or something like that.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah.
like
I
fuck,
haven't
man.
seen that yet, but he's shilling it at
Jesus.
how high is it already?
16.7, and it's when did it launch? This morning. No, it launched on the 6th of August. Now, get out of here.
That's crazy.
But he's making it seem like he has a new CA, so I'm just actually checking it just to see what it is. And it's like, all right, done deal. Can you spell exit liquidity much?
Yeah, 16.5 million's crazy. That's crazy work.
If it was 10 mil, I would still be like, right?
Even six
But
mil, I would still be sussed out.
no, 6 mil is, but 16 mil is hard to get something here, right? It's hard to get something because obviously it's not going to a Billy from here, right? That's not going to happen. So, um,
I'm trying to look
yeah,
it up.
maybe in 3 months from now, but I can do something else with money in 3 months. So it's like Jesus Christ, right? No,
Yeah, it's. I
Third,
wanted to look it up just out of curiosity, but it's called sheep with hat.
yeah, S with. Want me to send you the CA so you can check it? Have a look at
Eh,
it. Throw it up on the thing. We're not shilling this. I'm not a fan of these things, but let me just shoot you the CA. I just saw it because I wanted to know what he was shilling. That's basically what I was looking at, and just what it's called. I was like, well, this is another thing, but yeah. See it? Catch it?
let's see. Did you? Oh, here it is. Okay, found it.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was trying to search for the ticker, and it was not coming back with anything. So let
No.
me see. Oh, there it is. So it's S Swift. I see. Okay.
Yeah. As with. Wow. As with. What is this? Well, anyway, you guys, let's have a look at this market. That's otherwise interesting, right? Let's have a look at Bitcoin next because this is just another shit token. I mean, we display it. It's not the shell. I think it's more of an example. Like at these market caps, it's getting difficult, right? And they can collapse pretty quickly. Um, I also think there's a little less appetite for new memes at the moment because everybody seems to be doubling down on utility here, and we clearly see that happening in the market too, with ETH being pumping, and then your other blockchains get turning red because there is profit taken there and returning to Ethereum, and then from Ethereum into Bitcoin. That's kind of what this spiel is. What's happening now. Kind of was warning for this morning, right, guys? Watch out because the dominance was a little bit below 60, but it's pulling up quickly and actually touched at 61 again. And when the Bitcoin dominance is pumping together with Bitcoin in that massive candle that we had earlier today, very much earlier today, like you guys' nighttime, um, that will turn your alt red because dominance rising fast with Bitcoin pumping fast is alt red. So Bitcoin dominance reasonable to stable, then your alts will pump with Bitcoin, but not so if the dominance is moving quickly. So to turn your alts red, a nice opportunity to short or looking for new positions to long later on, right? So yeah, let's have a look at Bitcoin. I do expect a breakout later this week, possibly even not too long from now. And it still looks really good on the daily, even though the fourth hour needs to calm down a bit. But I think we're going to hold this floor at least 119 should be very much doable. If we're not pumping on tomorrow, then we're going to see that 4 hour needs a little bit more cooling. And so then we're going to probably drop to 18, 18 and a half, which is still a very good position to be in, very strong floor there for another rally up, maybe later in the week, something like that. To me, it looks like something like that. Bitcoin came a little bit out of the ordinary. From what I could tell, it was mostly Asia pumping Bitcoin here. And so they FOMO'd in big time. And then USA woke up and started selling again. It was, can you believe it? Ethereum over for 4.3. Still, 4.3 was kind of my target for Ethereum. So it's nice that it's got there. And the fourth hour looks like it's cooling down, and that was nice. Even in that little move that it did down, didn't do that much down, and it brought that RSI all the way back to the floor. That's a great thing. I see on the fourth hour there is much relief from the sell pressure as well. So I think big Ethereum is very clearly on its own rally, and that's why you will hear more people that actually know what they're talking about uh, feel these alt season vibes. Now, it's not all season yet, right? And thank God we can still buy something that is in the red like today on your you can still do your DCA on your ponies that you picked for this alt season to happen, or at least the alt rally that is coming up. Whether that's going to be a full-blown alt season or a relief, we don't know. We're going to see what happens there. And so uh, you still have some time, and that's nice because when it happens, you will FOMO. You will be like, "What did I buy these new shoes for? I could have bought more Solana. I could have bought more Sui. I could have bought more XMP." Right? You'll be thinking like that when the candles come. You'll be like, "Oh my God!" Right? What was I thinking? And so you just make a good deal out of these sales that are going on right now because it's not here yet, right? We need really Ethereum to take out its all-time high before we really are getting somewhere with it. But everything looks pretty good and pointing in that direction. So no alt season yet, but we are getting there. All the roadsides point to alt rally here. So ETH is doing its own rally. It's kind of not minding Bitcoin anymore. It does its own thing, and you see the market now also very much responding to what Ethereum is doing. So we have to look at Ethereum dominance now as well. Because if that is rising, and then that might put some pressure on the alts as well. So it's not just Bitcoin anymore. But yeah, Tick, that's just the market talk for today. I think we all know what's going on with Bitcoin, and we all know what's going to happen. It might take a few days to get there. 18 and a half would be very much a good zone if we need to retest something based on that 4 hour. If not, that daily looks still pretty good to me. Then we just pump on from here, right? Could do that too. Both would be very bullish. And for both scenarios, we have an argument. I do not think the bears have an argument anymore. I think those are now wrecked.
Bears got cooked.
Yeah, cooked.
Bears are
That's it.
cooked.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, you can only sell so much of your scarce asset. You
Yeah.
can only sell for so long. Once you start selling, either start dipping into your profits and everything, it only makes sense that bears
Sellers
get.
run out of tokens at one point.
Yeah, yeah. How can you keep selling your scarce tokens forever? It can't go on forever. So that's
Yeah.
the thing about it that like it's it kind of brings you peace of mind, like the more that you can like understand that the ups and downs, the volatility, and the how it's necessary for certain movements to happen, and how you can
Yeah.
become so bullish when you might be pulling down, but when you're how relatively high you are, you're like, yeah, we may have pulled back like 4% or whatever, but over the month we're up 174% or whatever it is, just as an example. I'm not talking about Bitcoin specifically, But yeah, last I woke up in the middle of the night, and when I checked, and Bitcoin was like hovering above 121. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
it was at like 5 a.m. my time. So that was when China was like rallying, like you were saying. So I thought it
Yeah.
was funny because I thought the same thing. I woke up in the middle of the night. It was like 4 or 5 a.m. and I see Bitcoin at 121, and I'm like, oh shoot!
You
Like I
know,
always have,
the
yeah.
crazy thing is, I was in Crypto Moonlight
Hmm.
talking about this, and then somebody else comes on stage later on in the room and says, like, "Yes, I just read the news that China is really bearish on crypto," and I was just like,
Hmm.
"Well, they are absolutely not, right?"
Yeah, maybe they're putting out the FUD. They're publishing tons of FUD in there,
Yes, that's what. Yes,
trying to
it's
get
propaganda
some
very
good
clearly.
prices.
China is the second biggest miner.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
of Bitcoin.
breaking news from China. Bitcoin's a
Yeah.
scam. Don't buy
Bitcoin is
Bitcoin.
and
Sell.
you know what? We've heard this every bull run. It's like they want to point the finger at China, but this is just totally propaganda. So
that's
what is
that's
going on there,
hilarious.
right? So and it's not just China. There's other countries that will allow Bitcoin and Ethereum, but not, let's say, XRP, or
Yeah.
not, or XRP but not Solana, right? And that's
Mm,
due to rules and regulations in the country.
right. Like with
And so
XLM and XRP, XRP and
yes,
XLM sort of dominate in the
yeah,
Asian countries, from what I understand. Low
well,
fees.
yes.
The fees are low. The transaction speeds are
Well,
insanely
also
fast. So,
because the other blockchains might not be compliant with their rules and regulations,
mm,
and that's why they cannot use SUI, even though it's faster. Let's say,
oh,
right? So I'm not saying SUI in particular. I'm just by example,
that's an
right?
example. Yeah, huh?
Yeah. So
That's something
not
to think about.
every blockchain is utilized in every country or utilizable in every country based on rules and regulations. And this is something that crypto needed to tackle. And that's why we have so many blockchains too, because some are particularly built to be operational in a certain area of the world for a certain niche, right? And that doesn't mean that they're the fastest or the most popular, but they do have use case, and their chart is doing very well because it's being used because it fills in a purpose, a little corner. So, and that's what we see with the blockchain. Like, oh God, now I forgot the name again. Was it Chanwai, something like that? Chanwai? Well, I don't know anymore. I need to look it up. Jesus, what's wrong with my brain? My brain is fried, you guys. It's like a heat wave going on here. I feel like massively drained. I'm trying to get some electrolytes back in me. Um, but yeah, that's a blockchain in China, operational in China. And it's crazy. Let me tell you guys something about it, right? Before we go over, and I'm going to start mentioning Farcoin, and I guess Mr. Crab was here a little bit ago as well. Let me look that up again for you because it's actually very interesting, I think. But I'm a nerd, so I don't know what you. I don't know what you. Uh, but it's good to learn, you guys, because a lot of people, I've heard a lot of people in the spaces going like, yes, well, blockchain's all the same. No, absolutely not. This is absolutely not true. You need to understand what's going on, right? So when it's in your portfolio, right, and you somebody mentions another blockchain, you'll be like, oh, it's not as fast as this one. Well, there might be something else to it that might be secretly very, very bullish. So um, and so I'm gonna pull up here the info, and just also how it's conflux. So conflux. So conflux is a Chinese blockchain, and it operates in China. It is not. It's a proof of work and proof of stake together. Da, da, da. They have. Um, They are not. They're up to 15,000 TPS. So it's not. It's really not low latency scalability. But the thing is, it's the ticker is CFX. You guys, Conflux CFX. It's EVM compatible. It's not the fastest one, but it's the one that's allowed in China with the rules and regulations. So which companies are then using it? Well, China Telecom, East Compete, that's a cybersecurity. McDonald's China is using it. Oreo China is using it. Little Red Book, Shanghai Shu, those are using it. Shanghai municipal government is using it. BitStore, and so on. And China's mobile Migo, Medya, KuCoin, Oasis Labs, PancakeSwap, Chainlink, and Alchemy Pay are using it for particularly their Chinese customers. So this coin has been ripping, and everybody's like, "What the?" And I was thinking too, "What the hell is this?" Right? But then when you look into it, it's like, "Oh yes, no wonder." China is a big country, massive amounts of people, and this is their blockchain, right? So China is very much in technology when it comes to the monetary system, far ahead than I would say the majority of the world, even United States, even Europe, right? They don't deal with cash there anymore. If you pay something there in cash, they don't have change. They don't have cash. You pay with the apps, right? They have the apps, and then you go. They have their own YouTube, they have their own WhatsApp because other things are not allowed because it's communism and influence. So, yes, they're very bullish on crypto because this could be something for them and they could be doing in their own little communistic way, right? Which they absolutely love, right? Whatever, regardless of what we think of it. And so to see this news being manipulated against us and this propaganda, what's going on, like, well, China is rugging Bitcoin again, right? Or not allowing Bitcoin again. It's like no, that rules and regulations changed around it, but it was never banned on its own. This a conflict chain has been around for a little while, so don't get scared out of your bag. Don't let them tell you anything, right? We need a larger vision on the market and keep that clear from any of this garbage news and scare tactics at large. They just want your bags very clearly. China is, I think, more bullish on crypto technology than even we are. So there is that, right? Plus, Asia is a big market too, you guys.
Yeah, well, I was something that's kind of um, a little off topic. So I was watching some videos about like remote places in California and all this stuff, and these people that live out like in the desert that's like super remote. Um, they were the lady was pulling out the gold backs, the currency. It's like they're dollar bills, but they're backed by gold. And anyway, it led into this conversation about how essentially the government's trying to get everybody into like a cashless system, that like paper money is no longer being like tradable. Essentially, the government's making it harder and harder for the U.S. government, for people like even in California. Here, let me switch something real quick. Um, and so basically, I still have you here with me, right? Yeah. Uh,
Yes.
okay. So basically, the conspiracy theory or the paranoid thinking type of mentality. It's like this lady, she's an older lady that's talking to him. She's like the store owner out in the middle of the desert, in the middle of nowhere. And she's like, yeah, well, that's what the government wants. They want us all on this cashless system so they can control where we go and what we do and what we buy and who we're spending and like and all this stuff. And it's like kind of, it kind of like sparks this like paranoid thinking that like, oh no, the government's can track me easier if we're on like a cashless system. And I don't see things that way. I think that like it's a natural evolution, that it needs, crypto needs to happen. However, one of the key things though about um having it so that people don't have their paper currency anymore is that basically what she was saying is that J.P. Morgan and the institutions, the banking systems, they can make interest off of, if everyone's on a credit card and all that change on the credit card isn't being what is it called, like utilized or whatever, and so that change just keeps funneled to the credit card company, so JP Morgan just keeps harvesting, mining everybody's credit card transactions. And so
Hmm.
basically that's what she was like alluding to, is that, oh, they want us all on the plastic cards so that they can track our money and make money, money off the interest of the change and all this stuff. And it's kind of I don't know. I just don't know how I felt about what she was saying, because like part of what she was saying has some truth to it, but at the same time, I was like, I feel like it's uneducated and paranoid delusion kind of taking over, and
Yes.
assuming
Well,
conspiracy.
also to think that the tracking of money, um,
Unclear. through
I
credit
know other
cards.
people, yes, a very lazy argument is like, well, what if you got to hide? Well, the fact that I don't need to be doing anything wrong for other people not to be my business,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So that's one. So that's not an argument. The argument here is that everything is being tracked. So you can worry about your transactions being tracked, but you should be more worried about carrying your phone with you because that thing is putting
exactly.
you on a map in the world,
Well, yeah,
accurate as in 3 feet
that's funny.
accurate,
It's funny.
right?
Yeah. Well, the thing is,
So I'm
yeah.
just
Go
like
ahead.
these people holding their phone, right?
Yeah.
And they're talking about that while they're on their iPhone or whatever Android they got.
Hmm.
They can. It's like, look, you got internet, they can track you.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't care if you have VPN, they can even go behind that,
You've watched
right? We see
Snowden,
that.
right? Edward Snowden. Have you? Are you
Yeah,
familiar with Snowden?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Of course, yeah,
Yeah, so it's like having
yeah.
that real. I also know people personally that have worked in the NSA. They're not close friends of mine, but like I know them on a first name basis, and I could go over to their house. Have that
Hmm.
have worked for the NSA during during the Snowden era. And yeah, so that the illusion of privacy is a facade. A B and like I realize this. That's why I have that demo miner on my car. That it has a
Yeah.
GPS tracker in my car, and I mine crypto using that. And when I told people about it, they're like, "Oh, but then they can track where you go." I'm like, "Yeah, I also have a
Well,
cell phone that it's hooked up to
yeah,
too. That you like a long time ago for the last
yeah.
15 years, they've been
And
watching
even
every
if you
text
would
message
not
I
have a
send."
phone,
Yeah.
if you would not have a phone, you commit a crime and they can track your whole
Mm-hmm.
timeline based on
Mm-hmm.
other people that have like a camera in front of the house. They
Yeah, I love
have
that.
in traffic, they have cameras. They
Mm-hmm.
can, even if you don't have a phone, if they have you on one
Yep.
camera and
Yep.
they got your profile, it's not too far off, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So it's you got to live
Cameras with
somewhere in the
facial
freaking
recognition.
God's asshole for
Mm.
not for that not to happen, and then still you should not be having any phone on you and whatsoever. But it's crazy that when we went to the phone, the argument against having that mobile phone was always like, yeah, why should I be bothered when I'm out? That's a lot of stress. Nobody was talking about how you could be tracked with these things.
Yeah,
Nobody.
that's
That
true.
wasn't an
No
argument.
one gave a
And
hell
that
about the
was the number
privacy.
one.
Yeah.
Yes, for me, that would have been the number one thing, your privacy, right?
Yeah.
Because now we have all these poles that we got to ping to, and it used to be we used to have the Kermit, that was one of the first ones, and then you needed like a telephone cell next to it. But then it would register that you would be there by that telephone cell. So still you're being tracked, right? So
Mm.
there's a digital footprint, and we cannot erase a digital footprint.
Mm-hmm.
That's there, and so the money is the next one. But
Yeah.
the footprint is already being made, right? So
Yeah, I feel like it's
it's
like
like,
almost just sort of
yeah,
like a necessary evil because it's like let's
yeah,
say something really bad happened to, well, I don't want to put that out there, but like let's say somebody committed a crime against me.
well,
I would really like the advantage that I'd have in it being able to like track that person down somehow
yeah,
through the advancements in technology. I don't
yeah.
think I would be bitter about it. Like, oh well, that guy's
Yeah,
privacy
and
should
there's
be.
there's
I
some
don't want to.
dumbasses that are just then trying to erase their phone, but that doesn't do anything either. They can recall all of that back
Yeah,
too,
yeah, it's wild.
right? The dumbasses are like, yes, well, they just committed a murder or something, and then they start to erase their phone, which not sus at all, right? If you do that, you get caught. Like, hey, why did you erase your phone? Well, I was trying to make an update. I by accident erased. No, you're not erasing any phone by accident, right?
Yeah.
But they can reverse that. So they're getting
Yeah.
caught either.
Yeah, you thought you
So,
cleared it
but
all. I love watching
yeah,
true crime stuff and everything.
yeah.
I like to see the advancements in crime
But what are we
technology
gonna
too.
do,
It's
man?
awesome.
It's like we over history we cannot have nice things because assholes. That's why.
Uh,
That's why we cannot have freedom because of assholes.
there's always a black
It's
sheep.
true. Yeah, well, people believe in utopia, thinking we can know. There's always going to be that one asshole that ruins it for the rest of us, and then we got to have cameras in front of our house
Yeah,
because
it just
because you're trying to steal my fucking stuff, right? That's why
yeah.
I have a camera, right?
I feel like it's weird though, resisting the evolution of like finance or whatever, and being like, no, I don't want to
Yeah.
go to plastic or the cashless system. Like, I guess I can understand both sides of it, but it, do you believe so as well that it's kind of
No,
like a,
it's a little naive,
it's kind of
right?
yeah, okay, because yeah, I was like, it seems kind of ignorant to be thinking like to be so fearful and
Yeah,
not.
it's not ignorant, it's naive, right? It's because
Mm,
they know.
mm-hmm.
They don't have an argument. It's naivety,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's a
It's
good
just
point.
I like to not see it. I like to have the ideal, and I like to. But the thing is, we do not live in an ideal world, and for the good, for better or for worse, this is going to happen. Whatever you make of it. So the thing is how do you can take your own stance of power in it, and that is not to be naive. Learn about it. Get some Bitcoin yourself, right? So you can use it later as leverage as institutions will be.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you need to make
exactly.
the best out of it,
That's
right?
yeah,
For better or for worse,
yeah,
whatever this takes us, right? Whatever this takes us.
as institutions are panic buying up all the
Yeah,
Bitcoin, which is like very obvious. It's like if yeah,
yeah,
if you don't accumulate now, you're gonna be left in the dust, and it's gonna be so damn
yeah.
expensive that it's gonna be very
We
hard
were
to
already we
integrate.
were already left in the dust
Yes, yes, yeah,
with mining.
yeah,
We are left in the dust when it comes to mining Bitcoin. You better have an investment, go into debt for 60K or have 60K laying around to have a rig that even starts to make sense for you in about 2 or 3 years. So it's not really profitable for average Joe to do.
yeah.
So you got to do it now on grand scale. Which who's going to do that? Countries are Russia, China, USA.
Yep.
France is mining. Even freaking Kazakhstan is now putting up miners. Indonesia wants to mine. They have a few islands. They don't even have the space. Right, but only a country now is very profitable with mining Bitcoin, while average Jane and Joe should have done that and front run and never sold, but they did, right? So yeah, there's not much retail in Bitcoin at the moment at all. OG wallets have sold already too, right? Which arguably is a good thing, right?
Do you guys have to pay with your palm tech in Amsterdam, where you just put out your hand and it scans your palm, and you can pay for
No,
your
they have
goods?
that shit in China.
Yeah, I've seen it. That's why I bring it up.
Yeah,
I've watched a couple. I was watching some traveling shows, and the guy's like, "Watch this. You could just pay with your
no,
hand." And I was like,
no. Here
"Damn,
you
that's uh huh."
Here you pay. You have the thingy on your card, your
Yeah,
bank card, right?
yeah,
Yeah, that's in your phone. So you just have to touch your phone to
yeah.
the thing, and then it
We have
goes.
that too. Yeah, and then we have
Yeah,
Apple Pay too. So Apple Pay is
yeah,
another like cashless thing, but it's
yeah.
yeah. So but all
But in
that yeah.
China, they have that shit going on. Yes.
I don't know. I like cashless payment systems. I think that it's like it's something that's it's like a natural evolution in the way that we trade. It has to be, and look at PayPal for instance.
Yeah.
So the paranoia behind like, oh yeah, they're trying to get us all off the cash and they don't want us to be able to trade. I'm like, no, I think that has more to do with making things more efficient and fixing the current financial system, which is
The biggest
it's.
argument for cash is
Mhm.
tax. That's it.
Oh,
So you can go around it, and that's all. You can only do that with cash with a cash economy. You can't do that with a digital economy.
oh yeah, yeah, okay.
So
That's the
that's
other thing is these people that live out
yeah,
in the boonies, they live out in the
yeah,
sticks. So like they don't
yeah,
have government out there. So in
yeah.
their head, they're probably like, "Why I don't want to be paying tax when we don't even have any representation. It's taxation without
Probably.
representation, just like
Yeah,
the American Revolution." It's people living
yeah.
like basically sovereign, in their own, just existing on their own, without any law, without any government, and still yet they're paying taxes. So I can understand the
Listen.
frustration with that. But if that's the case, then go live on a desert island somewhere because you're still living on the land that is owned by that government that is taxing you. So it's kind of a stupid,
Also,
yeah,
your costs are so reduced over there,
yeah.
so
So what are you bitching
that's
about, right?
something to say. Well, yeah. Well, that's neither here nor there. The thing is that we are gonna have to deal with this, right? And it's gonna be a hard time going to countries that are crypto friendly, as in their taxes on crypto are friendly. But in the future, that will change.
Yeah, it's gonna get
And
brutal.
so in Germany, you can hodl for a year and then you start paying taxes on your portfolio. In the
Whoa.
Netherlands, you just pay straight up on your portfolio. It's income.
What if you're negative? Then you're just shitting on
Then
yourself.
negative. Yeah, but
Whoa.
it is gonna be taxed. Yeah.
Right. So the hope is if
So
you're down, it's like, okay, come on, like please pull back up, like, but you're still paying taxes on it. So
Yeah,
you're
but you
digging yourself
don't
into a
pay
digger hole.
taxes on yeah, but you don't pay taxes on stock investments for the first year.
Hmm.
So then for a year. So then you can just leverage that, from
Hmm.
when you took, yeah, well then you take profit, you get taxed.
Wow.
But when you then take that profit and put it in something else, then the tax is being delayed, right? So
Hmm.
go flowing into another. So but then there's just so much work in trying to figure out a way with that you need to jump to so many hoops. It's like Jesus, I
What about
just rather go
Solana?
to.
Oh, crypto on Solana would be classified as crypto then, not stocks, because
Yeah,
it's
it's
on
all
the blockchain.
crypto. Yeah,
Because it's
it's on
still
the when it's
crypto.
on the blockchain, it's not stocks.
Uh,
Yeah,
what do you
yeah.
think of that?
So
Tesla, Nvidia, and all the stocks on Solana. Do you think that bullish on that? I think it's incredibly bullish. I
yes,
love it.
of
I think it's
course.
so
Well,
cool.
we see crypto creeping in on a lot of stuff, right? And
Yeah,
that is
S and
what
P
what.
500 treasuries. It's being listed.
Uh, yeah.
Bitcoin and Ethereum. I don't know too many details about it, but from what I've heard, S&P 500, a few corporations on there, companies on there have Bitcoin and Ethereum listed in their treasuries now. That's been something that's been
Yeah.
going on since the whole stablecoin thing over the last like 3 weeks or so. So yeah, a lot of updates. It's crazy the momentum right now. It is a little bit. It's getting kind of difficult to keep up for me at least because you got to kind of keep your nose in the news all the time.
Yeah, well,
To yeah,
that's just going to accelerate over time. So
it's
here
moving
is an
fast.
opinion piece. Here's an opinion piece by Andrei Grashev. Is Bitcoin's role in sovereign finance no longer hypothetical? So that's the thesis. As nation states reassess reserve strategies amidst inflation, sanctions, and dollar volatility, crypto, particularly Bitcoin and stablecoins, is emerging as a neutral, programmable asset class with sovereign grade utility. The properties that crypto can wield for retail users can also be applied on an enterprise and institutional level, where forward thinking businesses can add it to their balance sheet and even use assets such as Bitcoin and stablecoins to settle B2B transactions, so business to business transactions.
Hmm.
Blockchain doesn't discriminate and is equally suited to benefiting businesses as it is to individual users. So let's examine crypto in a national context. Does it have the ability to work as faithfully for governments and national economies as it does for institutions and retail? While the sample size for making this assessment is currently small, El Salvador, Bhutan, and a handful of others, there is growing evidence that crypto can benefit emerging economies, especially as several developing nations are starting to discover it. This is the conversation that I already referred to, that I'm talking about with a lot of people about monetary systems, about Bitcoin, and anything else, is that we see these uh, countries that were kind of left in the dust in the monetary system, right? They would never get on the world stage ever with the current monetary system. However, they are now starting to discover Bitcoin, right? And they're like, yes, and they use it as power leverage on the financial world stage. And so, with a population, Pakistan is entering the game, right? With a population of over 220 million and a GDP of over 1.25 trillion, Pakistan has a well developed economy and is a no banana republic. Well, don't know about that, but okay. It's a country that is going places with robust growth and low public debt. Is this a commercial for Pakistan?
Well, yeah, it's because of the infrastructure that's being built
Hmm.
there. Actually, I don't want to put out false facts, but I'm pretty sure
No.
Google and Amazon as well.
Yeah, they're on it.
Because in
Yeah.
any third world country, they're just
Yeah.
infrastructure. So let me
Well,
see
it's
Google.
just it's still, these countries are still in my eyes a little bit sus when it comes to their governments being not corrupt.
Mm.
But hey, let's take it for face value. Like several others, South Asian countries, However, it suffers from a high CPI inflation over 10%. Oops. In many respects, it shares many similarities with a country that lies on a distant continent and with which its name has been rarely mentioned until now. Da, 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 El Salvador. The two nations appears destined to be cited in the same breath now that Pakistan Crypto Council has been established to form a strategic Bitcoin reserve. Da, 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 right? It's not just toying with the idea. A statement of intent, as a statement of intent, it's got no less of an advocate than Michael Saylor on board and backing the initiative. Sailor is going to Pakistan. It's a bold venture from a country that's still regarded as highly conservative, yes, in many spheres, and is one that's destined to spotlight the benefits that crypto can bring to emerging economies. Spoiler alert, the potential advantages extend far beyond number go up investing. And this is what I've been talking about, number go up investing. You do not buy Bitcoin for the upside potential. No. If judiciously applied, countries that shrewdly stockpile crypto assets have the ability to catalyze economic growth by bypassing the constraints of legacy finance. Yes, it's to use as leverage, right? Not upside potential.
Mm.
Leverage. While America's proposed establishment of SBR remains in production, other nations are pondering making a move for Bitcoin's finite supply. Brazil and Japan are both rumored to be considering Bitcoin reserve. At the same time, China and Russia are also believed to be appraising the case for stacking sats in serious numbers. So, what all of these countries, including Pakistan, share in common is outsider status. They do not have the US dollar, the world's de facto fiat, as their national currency, and in many cases are affected by high inflation. As the strategic crypto reserve, with its immunity for domestic turmoil, it has the ability to mitigate this and provide a foundation for long term economic growth. It's the same approach that seen citizens in high inflation countries such as Argentina convert their savings to crypto. Yes, turns out crypto is less volatile. Bitcoin is less volatile than their
Yeah,
national
national
currency.
currency. Yep.
Yeah. The geopolitical dynamics around sovereign crypto adoption resemble a coordination game. First movers may attract asymmetric benefits. See? Trade optionally, regulatory arbitrage, and capital inflows. Latecomers risk entering a crowded field with reduced narrative control. This is a game theory on global scale. Well, I've been kind of telling people about this, right? While establishing as an SBR has the potential to benefit any country that embraces it, it's also benefiting emerging economies. So SBR is that Bitcoin reserve, right? All
Mm.
right. Is there anything? Well, I know it's very interesting, right? So, well, this is kind of what we've been saying in short, and what I'm always talking about. We stack Bitcoin not for upside potential Bitcoin. We stack so we have Bitcoin, so you can use it as leverage, as collateral. You can lend out your Bitcoin. Everybody is gonna want your yes, even your itty bitty Bitcoin stash, right? It's not for nothing that these first world countries, and I think USA is going to come to that point as well, that you have the option to pay your taxes with Bitcoin. Of course, you are not going to do that because the whole spiel is that they want your freaking Bitcoin, and this is the easy way to get it. Well, there'll be a lot of sheeple anons that will be like, oh, I'm paying with crypto, right? Seems like I'm getting a deal here, but you're not. You do not sell or get rid of your Bitcoin. Don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do it. But yeah, that's what we're talking about. I know we lose a lot of people when we talk about this stuff in the space. Everybody just wants to get rich quick. But if you want something from 10 years from now to have a real power position in finance, yes, Bitcoin. And so take that alpha, right? Stack some sats. I don't care if it's $5 a day, dollars a day. You get yourself some on the regular, right? Let's
Mm-hmm.
go.
Let's go. Oh man, I just found a bullish looking ticker, and oh, I'm such a sucker. I'm like, I'm
Don't
like,
do
look,
it.
don't do it. I know right now is
Stack
not the
sats.
time. It's a runner though. Oh, it's such a.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But it's already running.
It's at
You should.
400K. 400. Well, at
What?
400K. It's up 437% though, so that it's like
Yeah.
vertical right now. Oh my gosh, it's a magnet. So the ticker is a magnet, and what it
Oh,
says is
God.
what is it? The Murad saying believe in something is like the whole
Uh,
premise, and but that's it's
uh,
been done so many times doing the Murad
yeah.
tickers. It's and you know what? It
Yeah.
has 1,000 boost points. That's a lot. That's
Yeah.
expensive. So they're
Yeah.
funneling money into this
Yeah.
to promote it, and it's only at 400K market cap. That's kind of liquidity at 76K. This is one where you got to get in and get out. You have like minutes probably to try to make any money,
Yeah,
you
for
know?
real. For real,
Yeah,
for real.
yeah. It's not even worth the risk, honestly, because it's like, yeah, because I'm not going to see, I don't think I'll see a 10x from here,
No,
not today at least. And I,
not
I just,
today, and
I
may
just,
not ever.
yeah, I don't think it's a bullish enough ticker. I think it's too obviously just some AI thing that was thrown, like the banner even just kind of looks like an AI image that was thrown together in a few minutes. Or I mean, maybe it was Photoshop, but it doesn't look like there was very much time put into this. Like this looks like it could have been posted in 15 minutes. And then when I click on the,
Right.
yeah, I was just looking on this. I like to look on the screener. I know not to. Haven't been buying anything really. Nothing. I haven't bought anything new. I've been rotating some of my bags. That DCA that I was holding. You remember Dev? She came in here, and the DCA is like a rewards token, and anyway, that one I had like doubled my initial a couple times and took some profit, and then yesterday I felt like I was like I was like getting feeling like that feeling when I'm standing on thin ice, kind of like when I'm like holding and I'm like, oh, should I sell, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, if I have to even ask myself that, I'm like, I'm gonna sell half my bag and just do it, because the
Right.
FOMO, I've been trying to like deal with my FOMO a little bit better. So when I'm like holding, I'm like, oh, should I take profit? Should I take profit? And I'm realizing if I'm even asking myself that, I should take at least 20% profit or do something, because the chart will always pull back, and so like the more I do that, the more it actually works out like that. It's like I take the profit, check the chart like 4 hours later, and oh, now it's back down 34% or whatever. It's like, cool. Now I put back in that profit I just took, and try to repeat that all the way up to $1 million, as Murad would tell me to do. But yeah, so I just like to remind people to take profit, because for me it's really hard to do sometimes when I'm looking at that chart, and I might be up 65% or whatever, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, but I haven't, yeah, I have like goals that I'm trying to make, but it's like I can from listening to you, this is what I do. Yeah, is I'll take 20% profit or 50% profit, and then wait for that chart to pull
Check your
back.
portfolio.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a okay way to do like spot trading and all of
Yeah.
that. Yeah, just like
Yeah.
trying to,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
yeah. I'm trying to do it without getting wrecked
I
though.
by accident lost $600 on a trade. I got
Ouch.
liquidated. You know why?
Hmm.
I made a mistake filling in the target
Wow, you put it too high.
and no stop loss. No, I forgot to.
Oh wow.
So I didn't exit. I thought it was automatically gonna. I usually am very good with that,
Oh
but
wow.
I
So
guess
you round
something
tripped?
glitched. Yes, it round tripped and then got liquidated. And I
Oh.
thought, because I looked at the trading view, I was like, oh, that one came in, right? And
Oh
then I
man.
checked and I was like, where's my trade? Where's the money?
No.
And it's like liquidate. How did I get liquid? How is that happening? I had that target. We should target. And then it turns out that I either forgot in my hurry or
Yeah,
something was not
it's
right.
because you only slept 2 hours the other night.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
When
it.
you're tired and you're trying to do stuff
Yeah,
like that, it's like you will become more oblivious to like little things, and that's how I've gotten wrecked.
absolutely.
Oh my god, it
Yeah.
reminds me of when I clicked on that phishing link and got
You're
liquidated.
getting too comfortable, right?
Yeah.
With what you do, you're on autopilot. You
Yeah.
should not be doing that when dealing with money. You should not be on autopilot. You should be
Right.
paying attention.
Right.
Yeah,
Damn,
yeah,
that is such a good point. Ah, man,
yeah,
those
yeah.
burn so bad too.
Mm,
When it's like something like preventable or whatever, and it's
yeah.
like really like it's like you realize that it's like your fault or whatever. And it's just like, ah,
Well,
man, I
it's
wish I
just
had.
set me back for 4 days because
Yeah,
that was the profit of trading,
yeah, and
basically.
that's such a good
And
way to look at it too, like an objective way of looking at it, instead of letting your emotions get involved and be like, oh shoot, and what did I do, and getting all upset. It's like okay, now I've just set myself back a little bit more. I keep moving,
yeah,
keep putting one foot
that's
in front
it.
of the other.
Right?
You
Don't
can't.
let that overshadow. It's just
Yeah.
another thing that, yeah, we should be paying attention to. Guys, I cannot stress this enough. I know there's not many people. I know you find this very boring and disinteresting, even though
Hmm.
Crypto Gems here reported that he liked the conversation.
Yeah.
But I just want as many people to win long term in crypto.
Yeah.
As this is no joke, it's
Yeah.
serious business. It's no
Yeah.
joke. And when all season happen, you're gonna be wrecked. You're gonna lack sleep. You're gonna have to get ready for that, right? And so these things are important. So 2 days in, things move, market moving, me making good trades, and I make a mistake, right? And it's better I make it now.
Dude, this Phi protocol that I mentioned a few days, it's up 46% on the daily.
Nice.
Still, this thing has been trooping. It's 1 month and 1 day old.
Yeah.
And I am mentioning it because I am holding some
Yeah,
now.
yeah, of course. Yeah, show
But
your bags, my guy. Show
I'm
your bags.
like this. I'm just amazed at this chart though.
Yeah,
For a
hold on. By the
Solana,
way,
uh,
everybody here is allowed to shield their bags. If you want to be on stage, you tell me your portfolio, right? Tell me
yes,
about it. I'm bullish on people
I
who
want some
shield their
alpha.
stuff.
Yeah.
You should be having faith and conviction in what you hold. You should be wanting to tell the world about it. Yeah, except me. I don't care if you're holding Pepe or whatever. If you're
Bull
bullish on
Pepe.
it, I'm bullish on you. Yeah.
Yeah, Bull Pepe
Yeah.
is actually extremely bullish as well.
Mhm.
He's in here with us now. If you want to come up on stage, man, we'd love to hear
Yeah.
from you. Give us a little update. It is up 79.5% on the hour on the
Nice.
daily,
Nice.
and the chart
Some
this.
base.
Yeah, it's a base coin. It's or ETH. Bull Pepe or no? Is it? It's
Nice
wrapped ETH, which
base.
is base, isn't it? Yeah, it's base.
Base. Yeah.
So it is on base. It's 10 days old. And yeah, when you look at the chart, it's just an incredible looking chart. This has had just, it looks very organic in terms of like the way that the growth is. And
I'm a sucker for Pepe tokens. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a sucker for the frogs. I'm also Shiba Inu, also sucker for dogs.
mhm.
It's true. It's true. Can't help it. Can't help
um,
it.
Top traders, some nice PNL on the people making money over here. I
Oh,
love
I
what you said about if everyone's winning, it's so much better because of then it actually
yes,
it onboards more people into crypto. Hopefully
yes,
people hear about their success and more people
of
say,
course.
oh, okay, wait, there's actually a way that I can like build my assets and my savings in crypto rather than just like get it like rug pulls and chase that 1000x and do all this
Yeah,
like
look, and when
degen.
you know what, we cannot all be in the same token. Can't do that.
Yeah,
We all
there's
hold
not enough.
something different,
Yeah.
and we're all gonna win. This is the beauty of it, right? So there's enough to go around. There will be. Don't worry, right?
You just got
There
to
will
follow
be.
the
We do not
rules,
need to.
right?
Yes,
It's just those rules that we always talk about.
exactly.
Anytime I divert
Yes,
from those rules, also, I'm like, ooh, maybe
you
I
get
should.
wrecked.
Yeah, I'm like, I get a little greedy, and I'm like, ooh, I know I shouldn't do this because it goes against the rules, but that looks so juicy, and I go
That
for it
greed, man,
anyway.
is at the thing of everything. That
Yeah,
whole thing,
yeah,
while I was up and not getting enough sleep,
yeah,
is because I didn't want to miss anything. Why didn't
yeah.
I didn't want to miss anything?
FOMO to get
Yes,
you wrecked.
exactly.
Yep.
Greed. Yes. So it's not good. You need to get. I'm gonna get an ample amount of sleep tonight because at 4 a.m. I'm awake to make the trades again, and it's no good if I go fall asleep at midnight, right, and only get 4 hours,
The
and I need to go
opportunities.
about it. It's not working out, you
Yeah,
guys. You got
they're
to get ready for
limitless.
all season this way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you got to pick the times when things are pumping. That's the time you're going to be awake. And sometimes you're in a different time zone, and you just got to make it work, right? And or else you just do a exit strategy. DCA out, no matter where the price is, you DCA out, just like you did when you DCA'd in, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're having a job and you're working somewhere, or else you're gonna get wrecked. You're gonna forget things. Hopefully you're not clicking on any links, right? Drain your whole freaking wallet, or make a mistake. I have seen people make mistakes in all season because they were so tired, right, and trading and blah, blah, blah. And they actually sent, let's say, Ethereum on the wrong chain, and then it's gone money
Ooh,
too. That's just a mistake
yeah.
that can happen in there. You're scrolling through the options and you're quickly picking one, thinking you're getting this done. You're picking the wrong one and you go. And you press go. You're not checking, you're not back checking anything. You
the
just press
the
go.
wallets should have some sort of like confirmation security measure that
Yeah, I
like
think some
are
have
you
that right now.
sure
Like,
you're
yeah, you
sure
can
that you
do
want to
this.
send
Yeah,
Solana on
yeah.
Ethereum?
But last bull run was not the case.
Mm,
And so a lot of people did. And
dude, that's
look,
scary.
normally it's like this, right? So when we're in the bear market, and I don't know about you guys, but when I need to make any transaction above 5K, I am double checking shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, I am going over it 3 times. I have the right wallet. Yes. Do I have the right chain? Do I have the right? Yeah. But in all season, your amounts will be more and more and more, and you get more comfortable shifting thousands around. Yes.
Mm.
And so with that comfortableness comes also the chances of you making a mistake are much higher because you're getting too comfortable. Right. So that's why I say just take care of yourself. Just focus on what you need to focus on when all season comes, right? And so you have a bit of a stability in your schedule when it comes to getting enough sleep, and pick your days that you can maybe do a little bit more, right? But definitely rest up enough and don't ever get comfortable shifting a large amount around. Always check. These are going to be your rules.
Mm.
This is very helpful. I see Lam has joined. Hey, Lam, you see you in the audience. We just had went over an article. It was very interesting. I'll be talking about it maybe in a crypto moonlight as well because it's exactly what we are always touching on, slightly or by a lot, right? And it's important, you guys. You can be here just for the 10x, for the 1000x, but you can be here in this crypto space creating a legacy for yourself. This can be done, and Bitcoin is going to happen whether you're fading or not, whether you like it or not, right? And you got to do something with it. You have the opportunity to, and a lot of people are going to fade this. A lot of people are going to fade this. So in the Bitcoin groups, we already came with a calculation that even zero point 0.1 Bitcoin is going to give you a very much in 10 years from now a big leverage position of leverage where you can actually lend out your Bitcoin against APR. So, or make your own ETF, right? You could do that too. So there's lots to do with your Bitcoin later on. So it's not for your upside potential. So the money you spend in Bitcoin is basically money for gone for a significant amount of time in the future.
Mm.
That's basically don't wait for upside potential and flip your bag on Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's not anymore what it's for.
Right.
That's changing,
It's
right?
just like a
And clearly,
savings account that you just leave alone.
well, yeah, it's like having digital bars of gold.
Mm.
It's
Yeah.
going to be important. Who has that gold is going to be important. So countries are FOMOing over it, over these bars of gold. If let's see, but let's make it in our mind's eye something that we can touch because somehow with Bitcoin we have don't have that visual. Now every country wants that gold because it puts them in a position of power. What does that mean for you, average Joe and Jane here, right? We're the plebs. That's us. How much of an advantage would it give us if we just had one bar of gold that they would want? Because it gets more scarce as we continue.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you should look at it. Not for the upside potential. Just you're gonna give me. You want my bar of gold? You can borrow it. I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna ask you 10% interest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you want my bar of gold? I want to buy that house. Here's my bar of gold as collateral.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's things like that. That's what it's gonna be for. So you want that bar of gold,
Yeah.
and see how if I put it into something that you can touch, somehow now it makes more sense.
Mm-hmm.
And now you start to understand why you need that Bitcoin. That bar of gold is Bitcoin. And it's not like gold. We don't know gold is volatile as in it's not volatile, but it's volatile. If somebody else discovers now a big freaking vault in the earth of that
Mm-hmm.
is like a gold mine, all of a sudden there's now inflation, right? Because there's now more gold on the market.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that with gold. But Bitcoin, there's no way. There's always going to be less. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the mechanism of Bitcoin. There's not going to be enough. And this is why you need some. And if not for you, maybe for your kids. But that's not a bad investment either to make right now. Because how many people faded the dot com boom, right?
Yeah.
Saying this was like is a scam, right? Look at it. It's a scam. It's not going to last in 5 years. This will all blow over. and then everybody's paying, right? using using the World Wide Web.
Mm-hmm.
So, phones also. Who needs these phones? We don't need this. You can send me a letter or call my landline. And what people saying then? Don't believe these people. And don't be in it just to flip your bags, right? There's much to crypto that can work for you in the future much, much better than flipping your bag right now can.
Mm.
That's just in the moment. Yeah. 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 Oh, Mr. G is in the house. Welcome everybody. Hey, Tick.
Yes.
Is it maybe an idea? I don't know. I'm just gonna put it out there that we could do this space an hour later every day, or is that too late for you?
Um, shoot. For me, it would kind of uh get in the way. I think. What about like 30 minutes later? Like do it at 10:30 instead.
Yeah, because I just see a lot more people attending our spaces when we already running for at least half an hour.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Let's do. Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, well, tomorrow if you want to do like an hour later tomorrow, we can try it out. I just don't know how much it'll get in the way of as it runs later
Well,
into
if
the
we
day.
if we then really
Yeah,
rug it after an hour,
yeah,
because now what happens is we're going over an hour
right.
to begin
Because
with,
everyone's
right?
joining. Yeah, after.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Because that's what I'm trying to say. Because it
Mm-hmm.
was that it's more busy, but the hour is actually more bullish,
Right,
right? I
right,
mean,
right.
I don't mind sitting here talking. It's just
Yeah,
that,
for sure.
um,
I think that's a good point.
is
Let's
that a good
try.
idea?
Yeah, let's try that out, and then we can always it's not set in stone. We can always move things around and
Yeah,
adapt and optimize. So, but yeah, we could try that out tomorrow. Let's
can
do
optimize.
let's do 11 tomorrow then. Yeah, or 11 my time. So
Yes,
8 p.m. Central European time.
8 p.m. Yes, yes. So we'll do it an hour later. Yes.
Sick. All right. Cool.
Yeah. And then we just get strict with the hour more,
Yeah. Yeah.
unless we have time and we can indulge. But
Yeah.
otherwise, no.
Yeah, and if we're gonna do the limiting it down to an hour, we could
Mhm.
even cut down to like 4 minute shills or something like that. 4 minutes, I
Yeah.
feel like is enough time where someone can like
Oh
give a
yeah.
complete rundown about what they want to talk about, and
Look,
then
you
there's
should
time
be
for
able to
questions.
chill
Yeah, in
with an
a minute.
elevator pitch.
Yeah,
Yeah, with
yeah,
an elevator pitch, not even a minute. Sometimes you just get 20 seconds,
right.
right? And then you really got to get things in there. So if you're a project, what do you need to have in these 20 seconds that needs to be mentioned? Your launch date, your all-time high, and your current market cap, right? Any listings that you got, if you got any, right? That's important. Then your TG, you want, you want to have these 20 seconds. So you need to, your TG or Discord, whatever you got going there for your community, you need to immediately use these 20 seconds and the rest of these 20 seconds to get people in there, because that's when you get to talk longer to them, right? Or engage with them more freely than 20 seconds. So that's where you should be focusing on if you're a project when you share. You want to be like, hey, this is Boo Pepe. We launched on August 6th. I'm just saying shit, right? August 6th, we rallied all the way up to 1.2 million. Now we're sitting on 350K floor, right? Come join us in our TG. We're always bullish up there. We're happy to see you, blah, 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 right?
Mm,
Or a giveaway in your TG, set that up on forehand when you know you're gonna have to do elevator pitches. You're gonna be like, please join our Telegram. There's a giveaway right now going on in your Telegram. Link is in the bio, right? Always tell people where to go for a link for that TG. Right? If any, before you go into a space, prepare with a post that you can immediately pin to the top as soon as you finish your shill. You can be like, can I pin something up to the top? You always ask that. And then you can pin that, and it has the link to your TG. It should be having the link to your TG Discord or whatever you got going. But that's basically what a 20-second pitch should be about. But I see a lot of people not being prepared for these things at all. And on the big stages, when things pop off in alt season, on the big stages, you better know how to shill in 20 seconds. Yeah, this is going to be a thing. I
mm,
had to do it lots and lots and lots. Yeah, yeah. And so that's just a tip, right?
mm.
That's a tip if you are a project. And if you can't do it, then you need to get somebody else to do it for you, because you can really get yourself wrecked over it. It can backfire these pitches, right?
Mm.
because if you're on a stage like I used to show at Ian's and what's his face, B Roots, right? And they will close your mic after 20 seconds. You're done, right? And they will, if they're bullish, they ask you a question. If not, that you're done, and they will close the mic on you. So they won't be polite about it either.
Mm.
So you better be done. Yeah, they go quickly, like yeah. But it's a lot of fun though. I like these. It's like, yeah, get me in and out instead of waiting on the stage for 2 hours, right?
Mm.
And move on next to the next elevator pitch. Yeah, yeah. Fun times, you guys. But yeah, the market right now, I was kind of, this blood, I saw it kind of coming, right? Um, I did short something today to get back on my feet. And I'm happy to see that my target for 4,300 came in on Ethereum at least, right? I was like a little unsure of my TA was lacky tacky there, but eventually we got there. So that's great. Let's have a look on the fourth hour there. For fourth hour looks so bullish for Ethereum. Actually, right? Wait a little bit more to see if a long comes in there, and then it still has a little bit left on the daily. So the daily for Ethereum, it can bang against that ceiling, and it has a lot left as well. And there's buy pressure coming in for Ethereum. Yes, we see the dominance is curling back up. I kind of warned you for the dominance, even though it's flipped completely bare on the daily, right? For the dominance, it will still hike, and when it does, and Bitcoin is pumping, it will turn your alts red, right? Because that happens. So don't be like, why am I back down? It's bull run or alt season. When? Well, this is what's happening in the moment, right? And we are getting towards the that point of something that looks like alt season. So Ethereum is on its own rally. It is kind of escaping the dominance altogether. It does not give a crap anymore what Bitcoin is doing. Ether's like, no, that's done. I'm done. I'm going.
Mm.
And so, but ETH is rallying. Bitcoin is in a rally, but your alt's very much not in a rally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're not taking their all-time highs out. No, Ethereum is about to do it. Bitcoin wants to do it again, and Sui is not far off, but they're not even keeping their floors. The
Yeah.
alts are still bearish and undervalued. So this is the point where you buy, right? Um, Buying Ethereum right now would not make sense
Mm.
unless you're doing it for future purposes. But for 10 years from now, then yeah, but go ahead, buy Ethereum whenever. But
Mm.
other than that, for upside potential, you're too late on Ethereum. You should have bought that freaking dip, right? That's when your bags would be doing really good right now. So just have Ethereum as a example of what the other ones are going to do, right? But they're
Yeah.
not there yet, and you have to wait. You have to wait in line. First number one, then number two, and the rest have to just wait their time and wait in line. And I'm happy about that because any dip that we're getting, we can still add to our bags. We still have time to do that because you're gonna utterly regret doing not doing that when they do rally. You'll be like, shit, I wished I had like 5 G's in that coin,
Mm-hmm.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
I would be financially free right now. Well, yeah, but you didn't.
Right.
So,
Damn.
because you got scared and you don't have balls. but but I know everybody listens in MySpace. You do have balls, right? So you do buy Bitcoin on the regular, right? And you do buy these dips on your alts right now. Look at XRP. Yes, that retest on XRP. Yeah, I see a little bit more retesting for XRP. I'm just sorry to see it. I think there's a lot more sell pressure coming in. I think we're going back to even 314 could be a thing, and the lower end of the trend line would be at 309. I'm not worried about my XRP bag at all. I have not been for the last 3, 4 years, even though it was scary at times, not gonna lie. But yeah, if we cannot hold this floor that it sits on right now, if we cannot hold this price for XRP, we're going down, and
Mm.
then I would be actually trading that trend line if it does, because it would be bullish. That trend line has been confirmed 1, 2 times. So, and then it might just want to do that breakout once again because what looked like a breakout was not really a breakout because on
Mm.
the 4th hour in the daily, it's only a wick. And a wick is not enough. And I don't care what people say, oh, it'll break. No, we need a body of a candle on the higher time frames to confirm any breakout, right? A wick is not enough. Actually, that wick is putting our trend line higher. When we now take above the trend line, we now got to go let it go over that wick. And so we're getting further from our goal, not closer. See?
Mm.
And that is just the thing that's going to happen. That is why I know people are bullish, but there's a big chance that XRP will touch that lower trend line of 309. And I'm just saying it, right? That could very much happen. It's moving in the middle of the channel. And so that's a 50-50 option here. And it did not break out. Everybody's saying it's a liar because it's only a wick. It's not a body of a candle. A body of a candle is confirmation. That's bullish. A wick is not bullish. A wick tells you all the bears were there selling. That's why I created that wick, right? It was a generous amount of bears that sold that candle. So that's bears being in charge, charge, not bulls. Bulls come with a body of a candle through a trend line.
Mm.
So also when you look on the daily and you do also that trend line, people will say it's a breakout. No, also there, no, it's just a wick. Nothing has been confirmed. So we could still go down based upon that, right? Because it was not a bullish move. That should have been a breakout. That should have been a candle, but it didn't hold. But for me, XRP, I'm not even, I'm not bothered here at all by any of this. It's just that I see a lot of my timeline posting that flag, and it's like, yeah, and you're not being really honest here because it's just a wick. It needs to be a body of a candle. So if we cannot hold here, we're going to look a little bit more down, and 315, 309 is then coming in sight. It looks like the 4th hour is very much a sell pressure coming in right now um, for XRP. And actually, if it does, because it really corresponds with a nice wick that's sitting there under 310, 390, 310, and that is a wick made on the 5th of August. And that wick on the 4th hour looks to be like it wants to pull a little bit there. If we cannot hodl this, we're coming down there, right? And it looks like the 4th hour needs there's sell pressure coming in for the XRP. Yeah, but still, it's gonna hold $3, right? So let's not be too picky with it. It's just that I saw a lot of it on my timeline, and I was heavily disagreeing with what I saw.
Mm.
You have to learn. It's not going to be a wick. If you trade on a wick like that, you're going to get wrecked. If you would have opened a long because you thought it was breaking out, you'd have been liquidated. Hardcore. Bing, right? Will it run? Yes, but first we cool down. Maybe later this week.
Mm.
Maybe later this week. So let's have a look at Solana because there I was calling for some down as well. And I do also see a wick there that looks like a little bit of a pull. Um, And if that gets more pressure, sell pressure in there on the 4th hour, we're going all the way back to 171 would be even a thing that comes into play here. Yes, right? We can get more red if we need to. Now, I'm not calling for it. It just looks like if that MACD, if the trend line falls into that MACD, and that 4th hour RSI tells me it has room to actually do that, then we can see 171. Or else we're gonna try and hodl this little bit of support, but it looks like decent support, and it would still be considered a reversal that it made if we went and touched lower. It would still be a reversal. It would still be bullish, a bullish continuation. This is that this is going to take longer than we thought. And especially if Bitcoin is going to pump and the dominance keeps rising, it's going to suck liquidity from the market, especially your layer ones, right? A lot of big money will be like, oh, this is getting back into Bitcoin or Ethereum, right? So I can, I'm just waiting for, on a lot of things, I'm waiting for a little bit more blood. TRX is not giving a damn here either. Jasmine is like, no, I'm just going to be bullish here. Uh, Ton is like, yes, I'm bullish too. I'm just going up with 1% a day, and that's fine. That's how we roll. ESX still looking very, very good, holding the 20 finally, right? Can't boost that here though, because then it's gonna look like a itty bitty head and shoulders. But um, yeah, then it doesn't look that good anymore. But it's dancing on a trend line, and it's an descending trend line. So keep that in mind too. That it can drop just a little as long as we had these the 2 cents 2 cents round there, we would still be okay. I Sui lost a little bit here in this move in the market. Same thing, right? But already on the fourth hour, that looks like bottom comes in there. Now, if that MACD touches that body, that sell body there, there's more sell pressure coming in. So always be careful there as well. I wouldn't take out a long here, not yet. Not in these market conditions. So we just have to monitor that because it looks like everything can do it just a little bit more down. I don't see any bottoms being in at all. Let's have a look at that TARS AI token. And the daily looks much topped out, coming up to a lot of resistance there too. Shorted, right? Fourth hour, yeah. Should have put your short in there. Uh, didn't see that. Let's look at CKB. Almost bottom in there as well. We're waiting for some bottoms, and we're just they can go lower even if that dominance creeps up and Bitcoin starts pumping out of nowhere and the dominance creeps up. It's going to put a lot of pressure, you guys. Even if Ethereum now is going to pump hard, right? Because that Ethereum dominance now going to be a thing as well. So interesting market, you guys. There's going to be a lot of longs to be longed when the bottoms are in. We just have to wait for it. That these fourth hours and not being calmed down. So anywhere from 4 to I would say 12 hours from now, 4 to 12 hours. I think these bottoms would be in. Um, yeah, for 4 to 12 hours, these bottoms would be in, and then looking too long from there again. What is Bitcoin doing? Well, Bitcoin is doing what we thought it was doing. A little retesting going on there. It's fine. All good. Such a bullish candle, though. I would be amazed if we cannot hold a 118.5 floor. That 118.5 floor is going to be too bullish and just fire it up from there. It really looks like it wants to break out. If you're looking at the channel on the daily, of course, right? We changed targets. I mean, the daily looks super bullish, you guys. There's buy pressure coming in. Just wait for that to happen. And so if we take a little bit longer, let me put some targets on the map then for you. So that overarching trend line on that daily, you can see it on a weekly, it shows up, right? And so a Bitcoin, if we are making that move, let's say in 10 days, then we are going to touch, come on, get up, get up. Then we are going to touch, let's put it there again, 10 days. The 138 and 1 day later it would be the 139.72. That is then going to be a target for the Bitcoin if we can do it before that time. Now if it takes longer and we're just moving sideways and up a little bit, that's great too, because it's an ascending trend line. So that means no matter the longer we take, the higher Bitcoin will go. So the more structure it makes, the higher it will go. More sideways, higher targets. And this is strange. People don't quite understand why. Well, it's because of that ascending trend line. So our target changed from 128 when we thought it was going to do it to now 138.39. Right? That's where we are with Bitcoin. And the crazy thing, Bitcoin can pump really hard, you guys. You kind of forget sometimes. Ethereum too. I mean, you know, they go sideways and shuffle around, and then suddenly, boom, boom, boom. Right? There it goes. Yes, bullish on the market, but I think we need to close the space for now, Dick, because
Yes,
I
yes.
can I need a very cold shower. It was
Yeah.
very hot today. I'm so drained. I need to be cool enough before I'm gonna do anything else. I'm just like overheated, overheated.
Yes. Yes. I got you. Yeah, no, that's
Yes.
perfect. Cool. Cool. So yeah, tomorrow then we will get together at 11 a.m.
Yeah, an hour later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Let's go then. Let's do it. Put on this music and go. Go. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the
There you
ticker?
go.
Yeah. What's the ticker? Where's it at? What is the ticker? Where's it at? I got crypto in the bag, send the CA in the chat. Gonna ape another fat. Got a runner on the map, so line of sniping like a gat. And the Zoe is moving quickly. I'm the squeezing where they at. I'm trying to bring the Milkins back. 1,000X is gonna land. I got it chilling in the back, and the gas fees are gonna slap. Where's the ticker? Where's it at?
Yes, you guys. Thank you again for joining. Follow each other, right? Let's do that. I also just posted a giveaway by DeLorean Labs. Go check it out on my profile. See you tomorrow, Tic.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, you guys. Stay bullish. We will see you tomorrow.